I'm not here to fuck around. I'm here to rank these. So I'm not a very experienced beerman. I'd say maybe an apprentice at best. We've done this sort of thing before where we rank every common beer. And, you know, a few have come out on top, but it changes every time. Busch Light. Historically, I've never been a huge fan of Busch. You know, I think it's like the standard. Maybe it's the Burger King of beers. I'd consider it the most inconsistent. Sometimes you grab it, you pick up your Burger King and or Busch Light, and you're like, oh, this is pretty lovely. I could, you know, enjoy this. And then sometimes you pick it up and you're like...
C tier.
This is my friend Cody. You know, how do you feel about Busch Full?
I haven't had it in a couple of years, but I remember side-by-siding it with a Busch Light one time and being surprised that this was actually easier to drink.
Not nearly as popular as a Busch Light, but, you know, we're giving it a shot today.
It's... Seriously, I don't understand how this works, but it's like... It has more taste than Busch Light, but it's lighter. Try it.
Right.
See if you can tell what I'm trying to say. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm shocked that people buy that when this is a thing.
B tier.
Here we have Bud Light, the common man's beer, the peasant's beer. From garbage men to a guy at the beach, you know, they buy these and they drink them. It's maybe the lightest a beer can get. That's just lovely. I do need a second opinion though.
So here's the thing with a Bud Light.
Yeah.
It's that once you've had any other beer, take it Busch, take it a High Life, this is like water. You know what I mean?
I remember having a sip of Bud Light when I was like 12.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the grossest shit on the planet. This is
Yeah.
so strong and potent.
When I was a kid, I took a sip of a Bud Light and I was like,
The beer of beers.
B tier.
PBR, you know, it's like a tavern beer. A fun little lore about PBR. We've done this before. We did it off camera, and the last time we did this, PBR reigned supreme. Fantastic. Dude, that is so pleasant.
Yeah, it's just the best.
What do you think about PBR?
PBR, it somehow retains such a hoppiness, and yet it's not harsh to the palate.
It's still my favorite. Yeah.
You get all of the
Unironically.
all the funkiness of an IPA without it tasting like dirt. And I think that's pretty nice. The can design is pretty admirable. That shit's
The can
cute.
is like probably the best can. I think it's, yeah.
Imagine a fest ground when I look at PBR.
Yeah.
S tier. Still.
S tier?
That's
S tier,
really
yeah,
good
yeah.
beer. I mean, we
S
can
tier.
move it around later.
Yeah.
We can decide
Yeah.
what's better. So here we have the Coors Banquet, and you know, a little thing about me, I'm a sucker for marketing. And Banquet's a fucking killer name for a beer. This can looks pretty. It's also a funky shape. It's just a little bit thinner and taller than any regular can. Has the same amount of beer in it. A Coors Banquet. God damn. Dude, Banquet's better than I remember. What do you think, Mason? Professional beer banquet drinker Mason Pellinger.
That's pretty good. I think this is one of those beers you get in a basement or a garage. You have your best friends in there. This beer is like, you just drink like 45
This
of them
beer
on a day
reminds
where
me
then you wake up the next morning and feel like good to make some ham and eggs and you come back to life. Golden, Colorado, man. That's where dreams come from. I'd give it like a C tier.
B tier.
Milwaukee Bucks.
the best I've ever
This beer.
At least it's not good. It like makes my mouth feel
How is it?
weird. Oh my god.
It might be Milwaukee's best, but that is a C tier beer.
C tier.
So when I talk about Coors Banquet, you know, I talked about marketing and can design, and this one is better. This is the Miller High Life. It's very frequent that I will go to the grocery store and find whatever beer I'm going to have for the next while. And a lot of times I will pick the Miller High Life, not because it's my favorite beer, it really isn't, but that shit is pretty. Makes me feel like I'm in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So where Banquet is like drinking a can of bread, This is like drinking a can of like dense fucking brioche right out the bakery. It's full, it's heavy. I don't know, that shit is nice. And every time I look at the can, I get a little giddy. This
B tier.
Guinness. This one looks different. That's cool.
Okay, open the can and wait a moment for the nitrogen to release. Pour into a glass to lid at 45 degrees. Watch the surge and settle, and then enjoy. That is why I'm doing this.
This is the only beer that came with any instructions other than open it and drink it. I guess the real vote is in the flavor and the experience. You look like you're having a bitter time.
It's extremely bitter and offensive, especially on the back of the tongue. That's where I'm at.
It is bitter, but it's also like a little chocolatey, and that's cool. Even if it kind of tastes, it does taste like dirt, doesn't it?
It tastes like bad coffee.
Yeah, Jude, you are in the background looking like you have a different opinion about this beer. So why don't you come up here, have a sip, and then tell me what you think.
No, dude, I know what dude, it's great.
What compared to a PBR? What are you getting out of PBR, and then what are you getting out of this?
Or PBR. Great beer. If you're hungry. This is if you want to spice it up, man. This is some fancy shit.
The aftertaste is like soy sauce. You notice that about this?
No, dude. Fantastic. What about this?
Okay, that's neat. What is that? It's in the inside of the Guinness can. What does that mean to you?
Dude, I don't know.
You ain't never had a Guinness unless you swallowed the ball after. I know we're at a bit of a crossroads with it, but majority says D tier.
5.
Through my pal Forrest. And what are your thoughts on Miller Lite?
It's been a big part of my life, for better or worse.
Yeah.
Probably more worse. it's a
Definitely a beer.
It's
Is it light or what?
It's light. Definitely not as light as Bud Light,
That light
but it's
or
definitely
what?
beer.
What are your preconceptions and understanding of Miller Lite before this drink?
Miller Lite kind of makes me think of campfires and special events. It's what I always saw my old man drinking on whenever it was around.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
It's kind of nice. I put it like right below Bush.
C tier.
So a little bit Caleb lore. I used to work at a gas station. At this gas station, I sold a plethora of products. I sold gasoline, snacks occasionally, but the thing I sold more than anything was beer. And the beer I maybe sold more than all others was Keystone Light. And the people buying Keystone Light were one type of guy. 38 to 70-year-old man buying a lot of it, and their nose and cheeks are purple because they drink a lot of these. They love them, and I don't. Historically, Keystone Light has ranked very low on these lists. Not a big fan in my previous times, experiencing it. Have you ever had a good time with Keystone Light?
No.
This is the beer of broken families and urinal cakes. But we're going to give it one more chance tonight. It's a D, and it deserves the D spot. Yeah.
You know what Keystone's good for? You know why I would buy Keystone?
Huh.
Brats.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yes. If you're gonna buy brats and you need a...
This is like
cheap,
$1.
Yeah.
Which is fucked. I like the Guinness more.
D tier.
Okay, Coors Light. Now, just saying this flat, right?
Yeah.
I actually do think that Coors Light is pretty dang good. The first time I ever had it, I was in a hot tub, so maybe I have like some good memories with
This
that.
is the cutest beer.
Nice
Were you,
ice cold.
was that the same one when we were at the Holiday Inn?
Yeah.
Okay, we experienced our first Coors Light in a Holiday Inn hot tub together, and it was really, really good. I remember it tasting like banana bready.
Yes.
Times I've had it afterwards, I don't get that. I just get like really watery, really light. Essentially like Bud Light plus minus. But shit's like refreshing, and not a lot of beers are refreshing.
Is this not the most popular beer, Coors Light?
I think
isn't it the most?
Bud Light might be, but a lot of people get Coors Light.
Coors Light is really popular.
Around our area, Bush Light.
Yeah, that's just because we live in Goblin Town from the Hobbit.
It's like beer, but a little dustier.
Dusty.
Yeah, like dusty, like cement. Maybe we overhyped.
Maybe we got a bad batch.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember this being A tier at the least.
Me too.
And it's not
You know
right now,
what?
is it? Fuck.
I hate to say it, I just don't think it's as good as we thought it was.
It's like when you play a game that you played when you were like 10 and you remember it being really awesome, and then you boot it back up again and you're like, wow, this is a $5 video game. I remember this being awesome. It's like fine.
Right?
What the fuck? Who likes Coors Light the most here? Dakota Testa.
Come in, here, switch, yeah.
Vocalist of Smash Mouth.
Now, I've always thought that Coors Light's been my favorite beer. I go to the bowling alley, I get Coors Light. I go to the pool, I get Coors Light. I go to the show, I get Coors Light. But I will admit that I have noticed vastly inconsistent. I have had it before, and I've been like, that's not Coors Light.
Think about a game like Turok Evolution. And you know, you played it as a kid and it was the best. It was as good as it gets. You're killing dinosaurs with cool shotguns and whatnot. And that's awesome. But if you play it today, it's like pretty good. It's not what you remember. But you're not gonna fucking say it's like a fine game, right?
Yeah.
You're still gonna say Turok kind of rules, and that's why I say Coors Light still belongs in the A tier because of my bias. Yeah, this is a nothing beer. Yeah, something interesting about Keystone Light is it says Coors Brewing Company. This is kind of like those cheese companies where like they sell actual cheese, but then they also sell this product called Velveeta, which is all the scraps and extra and garbage and gunk, and they throw it in a big vat and they melt it and then they resell it as a different product. Comes out of the same factory, very similar shit. These are the bad batches that don't pass inspection of Coors Light, and I think that's why it ended here.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Couple seeps deep.
I'm about to ruin this for you. Are you ready? Drink it. Tomatoes.
Wait a fucking minute. You tricked my brain.
Isn't that weird?
This is D tier.
Yeah, that's really weird.
This sucks. Fuck, I just remember it being better.
Only Cody likes
D tier.
Budweiser. Fucking Budweiser. This is the king of beers. Allegedly. But can you trust the guy who titles himself?
What do you think?
Dude, Budweiser fucking rules.
That's naughty. That's naughty. I'm a fan.
So we got the Bud Light and the Budweiser. I think those are pretty fair to compare to. Come from the same place. So you have had probably more beer than all of us combined. Come on in.
Okay.
We all agreed that PBR was the best beer ever last time. And now we're trying Budweiser.
Still is. Well, Budweiser is great, man. It's worse than the PBR. However, it is the next best thing.
It's the king
I
of
do
beers.
agree with that.
A tier.
So we've got a Modelo here. And Modelo fucking rules in the past, at least. This
fuck.
on our first beer list. This ranked supreme. This was #1 for me for a while.
It's been a while since I had Modelo, and that shit is fantastic.
When I think of Sunlight, I think of Modelo. Dude, Modelo's sick.
Yeah!
It is good.
It's the best beer.
It's really skunky, but
It's one of the
good
best beer.
skunky.
Yeah.
Like it's a good.
Yeah.
kind of skunky.
It is skunky.
But
This
it's
is a
like the
fiend beer.
Good kind though.
Modelo.
Modelo.
Modelo. Listen, Modelo.
Modelo is both cummy and nutritious. PBR still reigns supreme.
A tier.
Heineken. This one's got a funky little green bottle. Love that.
Heineken.
Heineken. You know, like a lot of people, I struggle with anxiety. It's something that, you have to deal with day to day. And something I do to cope with myself is that I will have, 5 or 6 or 7 Heinekens before getting on the in the car. I'm an anxious driver. Sometimes I'm at a red light and I'm like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And so, if you have a handful, maybe 2 handfuls of these, that kind of goes away. And so that's why Heineken is special to me. I've always loved Heineken for that reason. And today we're gonna have another one.
It's got a very skunky smell, and from what I remember, it's got a very skunky taste too.
I don't know if you noticed, but I have the same musk as Heineken.
What does it taste like?
2 a.m.
What does it taste like?
It's a schedule.
Dude, not marijuana.
I think Budweiser is more skunky than this. What?
No.
Stop. Shut up. No. No.
Wait, let me try them side by side. Maybe I'm drunk.
You are.
Illest.
Hi, guy. Beer here. We have Banquet and Heineken, and I have to decide which one's better. Here's what I'm thinking, gamers.
B tier.
This one's Spotted Cow. And Spotted Cow is very special. I'm visiting Wisconsin, where all my friends and loved ones are. Spotted Cow is the most famous beer here. If you don't like Spotted Cow, you're gonna get bullied hard for it. And you know what's crazy? I lived here my whole life, never had Spotted Cow because I wasn't a drinker when I lived here. So
you've never had that? This is your first time?
this is my first time having.
You've
Spotted
never had
Cow.
it before
Spotted
today?
cow.
It's fucking great. Lighter than any of these, probably any of them, but it has like a good taste.
out of all the places in the United States,
Yeah.
if there's going to be a good beer, it is going to be in the state that is statistically the drunkest state.
It's not what I thought it would be. This is what I wish Guinness tastes like.
What do you think?
I know people from this state are going to be really mad at me, but
Whoa.
I know.
A tier.
So this is the Founder's Dirty Bastard, and the Dirty Bastard is a beer. When I was in middle school, I used to take a lot of dares. I would take any dare, especially if it paid. There was a time where I was told I'd be given $5 if I ate a pizza covered in tinfoil, and I did take a bite, and I did make that $5. And I had a better time with that than I did with Dirty Bastard. The Dirty Bastard is a funny name, and that's why we bought it in the first place. And then we were like, oh, well, this is probably gonna be like a beer, right? I drank this, and it was maybe the worst thing I ever put in my mouth ever. But this is the Bier List. Founder's Dirty Bastard. This is an artisan beer. This is more expensive than every single beer on the table. So let's find out if it was worth $3.50. Oh my god.
Is it worse than Keystone?
Is it worse than Keystone?
Is it?
Yeah. It's terrible. Role play? Hey pal, want a beer?
Oh, that's bad.
It smells like shit.
Isn't that bad?
You aren't lying.
Yeah. Chocolate. Got that hint of battery acid, like stomach bile.
Dirty Bastard's awesome! This is fucked up.
Guys, we're missing a beer.
We're missing a beer?
We're missing creamy Zevia root beer.
How could have I? What?
Full disclosure, I'm 12 years old. That's why I haven't been
sorry.
in the video. But I can drink this, I think. Who knows? This is really
Trap
fucking good.
rock.
EDM.
Try it.
I love
Alright, so
Zevia.
we're reviewing the, I feel like this little Woot beer is gonna be very good. Fun fact, did you know that A&W stands for Hamburgers and Woot beer?
I love stiletto heels going down my urethra.
Wonderful friend of mine, thank you. Man.
Oh,
I
that's
wore my
shit.
cool shoes because I want to look cool in my video, and then I sat behind a counter. I could be in my undies right now. I could have my dick and balls out and you wouldn't even know.
They are.
But I spilled some beer on my shoes, and then I realized that it doesn't matter because nobody's going to see my shoes.
Now I'm recording. What are you doing, stinky head down there? What are you doing, you stinker?
I'm eating a big chicken, man. It's sick.
Oh, you got. Oh, go ahead. I ate the last one.